Hello, good evening, everyone. Welcome to a special, slightly earlier than usual silent cinema showing. I am your host, Sabrina, and tonight we have Lily Lavender with me. Thank you very much for
Hello.
joining me today on an atypically scheduled silent cinema. We've just been so busy, right?
Yeah, true.
Yes, but we're catching it right at the end of March. We're going super literal. It's Moroder's Metropolis in March. Um, we can even still celebrate a little bit of Women's History Month, actually, because for a very iconic film as this is, not many people know that it was written by a woman. Um,
Oh, cool. I didn't know
yes,
that.
yes. Well, we'll get into some of the behind the scenes before we start, just so people can join the chat room. I see we got three people so far. We got Lemon Pops Bubbles. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for hanging out with me at Fort Lauderdale Con, by the way. Follow up for anybody who is tuning in right now that might have seen us yesterday in person. That was a lot of fun. So Metropolis, right? I think personally it's one of my favorite films of all time, not just of its time. Um, I don't want to say too much. Excuse me. I'll start with the screenwriter for our fun facts tonight with Thea von Harbo. She was a well-to-do young woman back in Germany. I'm gonna get my years mixed up, so whatever. She married Rudolf Kleineroog. I'm trying to make sure I say that right. She was from a well-to-do family, and she worked on her own. And she married Rudolf Kleineroog. And I bring this gentleman up because he's the gentleman who will be playing the villain in our movie, Rotwang.
Mm-hmm.
She divorced him in 1920 for the director of this movie, but
Oh, wow.
they hadn't made this movie yet. In fact, it was actually kind of strange when you look at their filmography. The director Fritz Lang for this film, he worked with her as screenwriter a lot, but then they used her ex-husband Rudolf Klein-Rogue a lot in his films. We'll eventually watch Destiny and Dr. Mabuse. There's different films that they've all collaborated on together, which was kind of interesting. She might have been a Nazi, might have been a Nazi. And the reason why I bring that up is
Wow.
because um, as the 30s started coming in, and she was known for her screenwriting, she did more than just working with her husband, Fritz Lang. She worked with other directors, but eventually they divorced. She had an extramarital affair with a gentleman who was 17 years younger than her. He was Indian. And I bring this all up because it's kind of relevant for later. But
Mm-hmm.
he escaped the Nazi regime for America, and she stayed behind and worked on some Nazi propaganda films. But later on, she would say that she was really just trying to defend her new husband, the guy who was the much younger Indian gentleman. Um, she said she only did it to protect him. So who knows? I think she was probably loyal to the regime, though. But nevertheless,
Mm-hmm.
she wrote a lot of films for especially a woman of her time. And this film, it predates 1984. It predates Star Wars, Star Trek, Logan's Run, a lot of these modern sci-fi films that we're so very familiar with. This is the one I feel is like the first of what became a lot of new sci-fi films. It was different than some of the stuff like H.G. Wells and Jules Verne were writing. It wasn't this journey to the center of the world or people on the moon. In fact, she wrote a story called Women on the Moon. This one, I don't know. It's one of those stories that has a little bit of everything. It's got class differences. It's got a robot doppelganger. It's got love and action. Yeah, it's one of those films. It really has everything. she
Uh-huh.
So when you watch this film, you're gonna see things that will ring iconic to you, right? Like the robot might remind you of C3PO from Star Wars, or the mad
Oh.
scientist might remind you of Doc Brown from Back to the Future. You're going to see things that you can tell were borrowed later on.
Mm-hmm.
And then finally, I'll close with the cinematographer, Carl Frode. So you and I, we watched around Halloween time a movie called Mad Love. Um, that wasn't a silent film. It was just something that you and I watched on our off time. But I bring that up because he also escaped Nazi Germany with his daughter. He helped her escape from a concentration camp. Unfortunately, his ex-wife wasn't so lucky. But he came to America and worked on a lot of horror films that we know, like The Mummy and Dracula. And so he directed Mad Love. That was the first movie he directed out of Europe. But then he would later work on I Love Lucy, and he actually revolutionized the sitcom camera, right? So when you watch this movie, the movie has very beautiful cinematography. It's really big, it's really grand. But then he later figured out, when he was in America, how to create what's basically now used for modern sitcom sets. Like if you think of Friends, if you think of like Big Bang Theory, they might have like, one room, the other room, and then the other room, and that's how he did I Love Lucy, so he revolutionized being able to film in front of a live audience with like simultaneous cameras, things like that. So a lot of famous people went into this film.
Nice.
Right. And then I don't know if you dub one myself, and this is actually kind of a shorter version of the to bring it up. So this film was very long in Germany. In fact, it was actually like the biggest, or excuse me, the highest gross film, or like they put them, it was the most expensive movie of all time, and I think it like grossed in the box office like the best of its time then. But when it came to America, they cut a lot of content, and then a lot of that content got lost for decades, right? Imagine that this movie was made in 27. So sometime in the 80s, they had found a lot of pieces of the film. But ironically, when we watch this version of the film made in the 80s, they kind of say something like, many of the scenes are lost forever. Well, not so. In 2008, actually, in Argentina, they did find the entirety of Metropolis. So we are watching kind of like an abridged version of Metropolis. But when they say in the beginning of this movie that it's lost forever, the Holy Grail was actually found. And
yay!
And so I'll even might have to explain a few of the cut scenes too. Some of the shots might seem a little weird, but that's because some of these scenes were meant to be a little bit more drawn out, things like that. For you youngins who don't know who Giorgio Moroder is, he was a songwriter in the 80s. I mean, he's still alive, but he's most famous for his work in the 80s. He won an Oscar for writing the song Take My Breath Away by Berlin. Flashdance, What a Feeling. A lot of Donna Summer music, like I Feel Love or Bad Girls. I mean, he's very famous in the early 80s, late 70s discotheque kind of scene. Daft Punk. As you saw, Moonrover and I, we were joking around about Daft Punk because they have a track where Giorgio Moroder is basically talking about being the father of synth music, So he wrote the song.
So he does the music for this movie too.
Right. Yeah, I think he was so excited that extra clips of Metropolis had been found. He made like his own version of it. And he had a lot of famous 80s people sing the role. So we've got Freddie Mercury from Queen. We've got Bonnie Tyler, who's very famous for Love is a Battlefield. Hit Me With Your Best Shot. You've got, no, wait, that's Pat Benatar. Excuse me. We got Bonnie Tyler. She's Total Eclipse of the Heart. Excuse me. Anyway, I'm mixing up my 80s people. But,
yeah.
So, finally, this version is near and dear to my heart because this was the first version of this film, or the first silent film I'd ever seen. I used to rent it from Blockbuster a lot before we had the Netflix. But yeah, I think that's all there really is to say. It was probably a big deal when it came out. Now we've had different versions of Metropolis, Redux, remastered. But this one's just fun. We're just going to enjoy the soundtrack.
Yeah.
I originally wasn't going to play this version, but they have it for free on YouTube and Pluto TV. So I'm like, they must not care about the copyright anymore. So let's see how much Twitch mutes. But anyway, without further ado, we'll start up Metropolis. And I suppose we'll figure out the roles as we go along.
Okay.
Got that synth music. Can we hear it?
Yeah.
The year is 2026, a Dickensian best of times, worst of times, where total oppression and manipulation of the masses is wielded by the unquestionable power of the few. Wow, that sounds familiar.
Still very accurate.
Right. Far below the city of Metropolis is the underground city where machines are operated by the workers who live even further below. Day after day, in mechanical routine, they are forced to the limits of human endurance. Fritz Lang made this film in 1926. Against his wishes, the film was subsequently shorted for American release, which left the story disjointed, difficult to comprehend, and caused the loss of many scenes, most of which have disappeared forever. Not forever anymore. By following the original script, the novel of the film, recently discovered missing pieces of the film, and photographs, Metropolis has been restored as close to its original conception as possible.
Nice.
I used to have this soundtrack on cassette and CD.
Oh, really? It started very good.
It is. Metropolis is now presented with contemporary score, sound effects, and color. Yeah, that's right. He adds a little bit of pizzazz to this film, too.
Nice. This is going to be different than what you've been
right?
watching.
It's a little bit more modern. Lang once said, to begin with, I should say that I am a visual person. I experience with my eyes, and never or rarely with my ears, to my constant regret. Did you ever see The Never-Ending Story? He did the music to that film too.
Okay.
So we'll keep it simple. I'll be the title cards for now. And then who would you want to play? The male protagonist?
Okay.
Yeah.
So cool. I do the male?
Yeah, we'll do the male. I'll have you do the male because there'll be characters popping up. Lots of men. I think there's like only one female part, unfortunately.
Oh, maybe I should do the female then.
Yeah, sure. You could be the mad scientist too if you want.
There will be a lot of title cards. Okay.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of title cards. There'll be a lot of men too.
Got it. So I'll do the male.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. I'll assign it. The shift change. This shot right here is very iconic. Like if you've seen System of a Down's music video Sugar or David Bowie and Queen's Under Pressure, they use this clip a lot.
Ah. It is familiar.
Miracle Man says it's the Amazon warehouse. Yeah, for sure. Konbanwa, Mon Kitty. Thank you for joining us tonight. The workers' city, far below the surface of the earth. I mean, this could be the future. You got the fluorescent lights. As deep as the workers' city lay underground, so high above towered the city of Metropolis, and its stadium built for the sons of the chosen few. So it's Mar-a-Lago, right? We got all the jocks hanging out together. There's our hero in the middle. We're establishing he can run really fast. Yes, Miracle Man wants to know who's singing. I forget who that band was. Other diversions were found in the Eternal Gardens of Pleasure. There's going to be music from Joe Fraterson, Adam Ant. I just forget who does Blood from a Stone, which was that specific track. I don't have my phone. I don't want to look it up while we're talking. This is the country club where, they go to grab ass.
Beautiful images so far.
Right?
Wow.
Oh yeah, they changed the dialogue to subtitles to keep this movie.
Oh yeah, I see that.
Yeah, so she went freighter. I didn't own the 8-track, by the way, Miracle Man. I owned the cassette and the CD compact disc. Wasn't quite 8-track, but yeah, that was still pretty dated. Like an Art Deco piece of art. Everything is just perfectly centered.
Yeah, and it's like everything so far has been so beautiful and.
Right. If I had to say I had a favorite cinematographer, it's this one, Carl Front. Like I said, he was the one that did Mad Love. I love that movie, the feeling of that film.
I don't know why I have a bad feeling about this woman.
Or maybe. Oh. This is Bridget Helms. She was 17 years old when she filmed this. And she died in 1998, so a lot of us probably lived alongside, her in age. Oh, I skipped over her line, but yes, look, children, look at your brothers and sisters. This is Pat Benatar singing.
Who was that?
Probably the daughter of some worker.
Moroder.
He's in love.
She was like the caretaker.
Yes. As mysteriously as she came, so she vanished. In Freighter's desperate search for her, he came upon the threshold of an alien world. Yes, privileged boy has never seen what the hard underground looks like. And science fiction films existed back then, but they didn't look like this. This is, I don't know, like with the sceneries, it's a whole other level for sure.
I wonder that his pants is how they thought we would be, wearing pants in the future.
It definitely was what was in then, that riding pants. They were called like jodhpurs. But yeah, I think they thought that they were still going to be in fashion. I mean, I still see, golfers and people wear that every once in a while.
That is true.
Pants. But yeah, they were definitely much more in the 20s.
Yeah. Well, nowadays everything is fashion, right?
Right. Hey, it's gonna. You know what? It'll come back around. Give it some time.
Yeah, that's true. Until before 2026.
Right. We got time. We got 4 more years. Let's make God first come back. All right, we're overheating. Steam burns.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's heavy.
This is one of my favorite scenes, to be honest. I love this. Oh, scary. Used to scare me as a kid.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. seeing this for what it really is. I'm surprised they cut out, in the full version, you see that he cries out Moloch. He sees it as the Babylonian god that people used to sacrifice children to.
Mm.
And it's called the M machine, too, so... And then look how quickly they're replaced. Right back to work.
Wow.
The Amazon warehouse, indeed.
Just replace them.
Yeah. And you guys, right back to work.
To my father. It would be great if nowadays we could get a taxi and just say, like, to my father.
To my father, yeah.
And they know.
You can tell he must be famous if, like, I immediately knows who he's talking about. But see, I love the city right here. I mean, imagine that. I mean, nothing looked like that in the 20s. You know, even New York didn't have highways like that. You know, just very good idea of the future.
Well, that wouldn't be a bad idea. You know, it would definitely help the traffic.
Yeah, and look, you got the commercial flight right there too, weaving through.
Yeah.
Oh, I love this song. This is John Anderson from Yes. For anybody who knows who that is. Joe Fredersen, the master of Metropolis. Our hero is Fredersen.
Is it? Are they all wearing makeup of the male?
Yeah.
Like in their eyes?
It's very noticeable for sure. Yeah. I always noticed like his lipstick as a kid. It was like intense.
Huh. Interesting. They stopped doing that. Well, maybe not. Maybe they just.
They were more subtle with it. I think it's a very theatrical.
Yeah. Father. Why do we treat the workers so brutally? It was their hands that Metropolis, or you Metropolis, yeah, money.
Yeah, you're right, Miracle Man.
Oh, it's all.
I've seen places that look like that. I don't know. Very modern.
Wow, that's very modern. That's very out there. But where do the hands belong in your skin? Queen.
In their proper place, the depths.
Oh no. That's Jeff Bezos right there.
Right? The foreman is here. Got those automatic curtains.
Yeah, look at like very tall wall.
Yeah, we're gonna take note of some of the future stuff that didn't exist in the 20s, but they did a good job depicting.
More of these strange plans, Master. They were found after the explosion. Oh, the workers were making a plan?
So yeah, they've got a map to something. Josephat, why didn't you not know of these plans? You're dismissed.
Like Devil Wears Prada. That's
Yeah,
all.
like just immediately fired.
Yeah.
And the slightly extended cut, they explain that he would have no choice but to work underground, actually. He's got, like, no other mode of business to go to. Yeah.
Wow.
His son seeing his
He's
death.
realizing
Yeah.
how evil his father is.
Yeah, he says it. He says that he's going to have to work in the depths, and the dad does, like, a shrug thing. Like, I don't care. He's gonna... Alright.
Oh,
Yeah. So this gentleman right here, Fritz Rasp, he was a big deal in one of the other movies we've seen. Keep my son under constant surveillance. We never see this guy in this version, like, almost again. In the extended cut, all his missing
Really?
scenes, yeah, all his missing scenes got found. But it's actually pretty sad that they were, like, missing for, like, almost 100 years.
Josaphat. Will you help me? Josaphat?
Yeah, Josaphat.
Oh, Josaphat.
Sometimes we say jumping Jehoshaphat, but that's not what his name is.
Okay.
Freighter's got a plan. Yeah, I gotta pull up the track list. Hold on one second. It'll keep playing. See, I'm back. Alright. I think this one might be Adam Ant, but I don't want to say my people wrong.
The machine!
The machine. I'll stay at the machine. Oh, this one's Billy Squire, I believe.
Let us trade our clothes and identities. Ooh, that's dangerous.
Yes. Go to this address. In the extended cut, we get to see the full extra stuff with this guy. Tell Josaphat to wait for me. But even with the cutscenes, like, at least there's not that big of a pothole with some of them.
Yeah. He didn't say anything to his father, right? His father doesn't
Yeah, his father doesn't know.
suspect anything.
Right.
Okay.
His father is more concerned with the stuff that they found in the workers' pockets. Dorothy
Yeah.
takes Freighter's car and hurries to Josaphat with the message. See how it's like a screenshot that they had to work with? Like, we do get the full version later on.
Oh. Yeah.
I, like, lost my mind. I don't know. It was like finding a holy grail. But the beckoning lights of the Yoshiwara's house of ill repute proved to be a temptation too strong. So you see him actually partying with, like, the horrors of the night, you know. And
Uh-huh.
because it's like his first night out in the real city with a pocket full of money.
Yeah.
He does not make the rendezvous. Josaphat anxiously waits a word from Freighter in vain.
Oh no.
In the middle of the city, overlooked by time, stood a mysterious old house. Legend claims it was built by a master wizard.
Ooh.
Ooh.
becoming to get starting to get interesting.
Yeah, Atlanta looks like this. You've got like ancient houses and then city. Here lives
Oh,
Rotwang, the inventor, a man obsessed with the memory of a woman named Hel. So some people think that Hel might really be Theon von Harbo, and she was writing herself as this.
okay.
Rotwang is really her ex-husband, and then Joe Fredersen's supposed to represent Fritz Lang. It's not a stretch, actually. Born to be my joy, lost to John Fredersen, died in giving birth to his son Frater. So our villain is obsessed with the hero's late mother.
Mother.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there he is, Rudolf Kleinerbrook. Joe Fredersen is here to see you. The once close friendship between Fredersen and Rotwang had long since been impaired by their rivalry for Hel.
I have recreated her. At last, my life's work is complete. Oh my God, Frankenstein.
Yeah. That's some mad science right there.
Oh wow. Look at that.
Yeah. And you kind of can't see the upside down star so well behind her, but it's definitely there. A lot of satanic imagery, yeah, for her.
Oh my God. The robot is almost perfect. All it's missing is a soul.
You're mistaken. It is better without one.
Wow, that's very nice.
Yeah, it's free. Can you decipher these plans? He found some of his own.
Hmm.
I feel like if they ever remade this movie, this guy coming up needs to be played by Willem Dafoe. He's got his sequence.
Yes, that's true.
Marie has called another meeting at the end of the shift.
Oh, he's part of them now.
The underground.
Yeah.
And here we have a metric clock that goes up to 10. No, it's what it's called. I don't know. It's different.
If there's anything that they could change to metric, time is not something they can
Right.
do it.
only for working though. That's why it's like it was meant to. I don't know. Yeah, people. So that's why you're like a very strange clock.
Ah.
You work a 10-hour shift. A Metropolis remake as a sci-fi political drama series is in development at Apple TV Plus. It was inevitable. They kept talking about remake this for years.
Fire! Will these 10 hours never end? These are the plans of the ancient.
This is Adamant. What's going on? Yeah.
Can a smile conceal a sneer? How do we see clear?
They are going even more underground.
Right.
Question line every time. What's going on?
Leave me down there, Rotwing.
What's going on?
Nice sci-fi political drama series. Sorry, I'm so late responding the message.
No, you're totally fine.
But that's because now I'm connecting, like making a political drama out of this. This would be awesome.
For sure. It's got
I wonder what Apple political views. I know that, you know.
Well, fighting the man has always been popular, right?
Yeah, that's true.
It's ironic because some people have said that Hitler liked this movie. You know, and it was like, in his own way, he probably thought he was doing good initially. You know, there was a lot of, you know, financial issues with Germany paying reparations for World War I. But I mean, this is like the kind of story it's universal, no matter what your political leanings are. You know, just
Got it. Yeah, that's true.
I mean, of course, you're gonna have some people go like, "Oh, those workers need to be grateful." You know, for having...
yeah, of course.
Do you know how hard it is running Metropolis?
Yeah.
All that paper.
Just for them, they can so they can live here with safety and have food on their tables. Yeah.
Yeah, Miracle Man says Amazon passed on this. Like, yeah, I wonder why.
Right? Yeah, they cannot do that on Amazon Prime.
He found her again.
Oh my God. She's the leader of it all?
Yep.
I knew there was something about her.
She's a troublemaker.
Yeah.
Oh, but he's smitten. Look at him.
Yeah. He's in love with her already.
Daddy don't like it. They're not supposed to be congregating. Would you like to be Maria?
Sure. Today I would tell. Oh, I couldn't read it.
Oh, she said tell you the legend of the Tower of Babel.
Okay. We shall build a tower that will reach to the stars. Nice.
Having sorry.
Is she talking?
Yes.
Having conceived Babel, yet unable to build. I couldn't read it. Sorry.
Instead of building it themselves, they had to use thousands of workers. Sound familiar?
Yeah. Is it Babel? How you say
Babel.
In English? Babel, yeah. But those who toiled knew nothing of the dreams of those who planned. And the minds that planned the Tower of Babel cared nothing for the workers who built it. The hymns of praise of the few became the curses of the many. Babel. The music is great.
Yeah. Great is the world and its creator, and great is man. You got a nice little rewriting of Old Testament there.
Between the mind that plans and the hands that build, there must be a mediator. And this must be the heart. Wow, she's a bit of a Buddha type of thing.
Yeah.
Like a priest or something.
Right. But where is our mediator?
Oh no. She knows. He knows you. Be patient. He will surely come.
We will wait, but not much longer. You don't like that?
Yeah.
Rochwang, give your robot this girl's likeness.
Oh no.
Oh no. Hide the girl in your house, while the robot directs my will over the workers. Oh, that's so pretty.
Oh.
You know for sure it's second sight when all your feelings once secure go running out through open doors.
That lipstick is so distracting. In the other version, you can see that she's like asking if he'll be the mediator. Like, I'm already here, baby. Anything you want.
Meet me in the cathedral tomorrow. Well, if she's the only woman in this, entire city,
Right.
I would be in love with her too.
We see a few more, but yeah, they're not much.
uh,
I love this. I love his fake hand, his like the black glove. It's spooky. Spooky in the catacombs.
yeah.
Let's say hello to everyone in the chat while we have a little lull in dialogue.
Hello, everyone in the chat.
Hello. We've got 6 viewers, so pretty
Yay!
good
Welcome.
crowd so far. Yes. I love this.
Oh my god.
Just yoinked her candle. Run, Maria, run!
She looks a bit possessed.
Yes, it's a little over the top. Well, he feels stood up at the cathedral.
Oh yeah, that's true. He's waiting for her there. Interesting how they're, just spraying randomly and not on chairs
Yeah.
or benches.
I love this part of the set. We've got the 7 deadly sins and death right in the middle. Yeah.
Nice. Lust is a woman.
Yeah, she's holding her titties out.
Nice. Oh my god, I wish I had a photo of each one.
Oh, we got the Knoll King up in here.
Hey,
What's up?
Knoll King.
Freighter waited for Maria, unaware that Rutwang held her captive.
Oh no.
And thank you, Garcia, for joining us from Metropolis. I will now give the robot your face. Sorry if I stole your line.
Oh my god. She is very strong.
Right?
Oh my god. The music is great.
I know this cuts out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you mentioned her strength. She does exhibit a bit more strength later on, too. A lot of hanging.
Uh-oh.
I love it. It's like an ancient house, but it's got all like the the neon lights in it, and the automatic doors. It's Garcia goes, "Here goes your hero. Watch him as he goes."
Yes. He's
He's
showing himself
extraordinary.
a hero so far.
Yeah. He's in the
And
house
he's not
of
very afraid of things. He just go for it.
right. Because we've established that he's kind of a jock, at least. You know, he's got some physical prowess.
Oh.
He's kind of smart. Yeah, brace that with the stick.
That's a good idea.
Yeah,
He got brains.
right?
The
Oh,
holy
and it
stick.
snapped. Garcia says the holy stick. Yeah, the holy stick wasn't
Yeah.
holy enough.
He should get several of these. Nice that he put like sound effects in the music,
Right, yeah, it's subtle.
but like it makes sense with the music, you know.
Right.
That's
That one shot with his hand in the camera, like I've seen it behind the scenes. Literally, the cameraman is on like a mattress dolly, and the hero is walking alongside it. So it's funny, just for that one shot, they had to like roll onto a mattress.
oh my god, it must be awesome to watch that.
Yeah, it was like just a picture, but it was very cool. Yes, Miracle Man goes, "Damn, my twig." See, they've added some extra color to some of the tubes. Kind of make it look a little different than the
Oh
rest
yeah,
of the
that's
scenery.
true. I do see some color.
They made fun of this scene in Dexter's laboratory. There was an episode where Dexter made Dee Dee look like their mom so she could have a parent-teacher conference for them. And I remember watching it and being like, this is Metropolis. They're stealing the transformation scene.
Wow, so they're still using. So this movie must have been a big hit at the time.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, like, I think just forever, you know? Like,
Oh yeah.
but it's still
Like
borrowing from this
students
movie.
of film was
Yeah, this
learn
is
a lot
like
from this movie.
classic films 101, you know? Like, they didn't know, like, see these rings? People had to kind of rediscover how they did this effect.
Oh,
They did, like-
wow, yeah.
Yeah, they used, like lights, and then they did, like, an overlay over and over again, but it was still, like, a
Wow.
very tricky scene. Like, people thought that they were using strings or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because they didn't have a lot of technology at the time.
Right, yeah, they had to get clever
had to be
with-
very creative.
Exactly. So a lot of special effects were just with lights and using the film over and over again rather than having the effects like actually on the screen. You know, it was like post-process thing.
Got it. Oh my god, he's doing it.
Flipping all the switches. It feels very much like a Frankenfurter from Rocky Horror, kind of desperately flipping all the switches to make Rocky.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, good point.
Complete.
Wow, look at this. Oh, she's bad.
Nah, she fainted harder. It's so funny. Every time I show this movie to somebody, they go, oh, "She died," which is funny because she's already
'cause-
knocked out. Like she knocked out harder.
Okay. The Miracle Man said the original what? This is not the original movie?
Has lasting impression. This one, not so much. mean, the original Metropolis? Perhaps.
I thought this was the original.
Yeah, this is. Maybe he needs
okay.
the one that doesn't have the Moroder music.
Oh, okay, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not sure. Which, and you know, that's the thing, is that this was like the best that they had in the 80s.
Where's Maria?
He goes, she's with your father.
Oh my god, he even put the clothes on her.
Yeah.
Look at her face. She's a great actress.
Yes, she is.
Just changed completely. She's a different person.
I was dubbing the full-length Metropolis, but it was a lot. Like, we'll watch Metropolis again eventually. Through you, I will now extend my control over the workers. I love this because this is a robot face right there. Like, it's so not normal. Like Uncanny Valley.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you think that some hanky-panky's happening.
So bad that we don't have this in the movies nowadays, like this.
Yeah, I'd
mix
rewatch
of,
this.
You know, reality and mind. That's what's happening, like inside him right now. That's amazing.
He has a lot of deliriums. He gets like with the robot, or not the robot, the big machine. You know.
Yeah.
So here we have the bodyguard in the background in this scene. In the full-length version, you see him turn into a priest during the sequence, like while the character's having a fever dream. But that all got cut out of here, unfortunately.
Got it.
But it's like, hey, it was the character that was missing. He popped back up now. Yeah, I'd love to rewatch some silent films in theaters. I mean, they replayed this one. They played Cabinet of Dr. Caligari. But it's good we're here. Rottwang presents his guest, the new Maria, to prove to Fredersen how convincingly lifelike his creation is.
Oh.
We're gonna test her out. Oh, thank you, Mon Kitty. Mon Kitty's complimenting the soundtrack.
Oh,
Very
cool.
fun version.
Thanks.
I love this song. This one's like purely instrumental, but this one's so very Moroder.
Oh, wow. Wow, look at that.
Yeah, this is cool. I love this outfit.
Oh my god, I should dress like that for next Comic Con.
That'd be great. Some pasties.
Seems like easy. I mean, the fabric might be the difficult part.
It's got a lot of rhinestones on the belt. It's that.
I wonder how many people would get it. But I can make the hair piece.
Yeah, that would be fun. I like the sheer thing that she's got. And then she tosses it.
Oh, she's naked.
She's got pasties, but yeah, she's practically naked. I mean, she's got like a belly button.
Wow. Well, maybe I won't dress like that for Comic Con.
Although she's driving the men mad. Yeah, in the full sequence, we see she's being compared to the Whore of Babylon from like Revelation. And you see like a passage of the Bible, and like the Whore of Babylon looks like her. That's in the more full version, but I see it.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
Yeah. He's having a pretty bad fever dream. The fever finally recedes and Freighter's hallucination ends. And see, he's holding the Bible right there, so we see like a little bit of end of times in the full sequence, but we don't need it. Freighter, Maria was seen in Yoshiwara, that house of sin.
Oh no.
And see, he's wearing a worker suit. He's finally got to be a worker. This is Freddie Mercury right here.
Ah. Did he make this song just for this movie?
I think Moroder wrote it for them and then they performed it. And so they're fighting for her garter. You know how women like will wear on their leg like a jeweled garter or something like that? She threw a piece of her undies at them basically, but it's a jeweled garter, so it looked like a bracelet originally, but when you see the full one, she takes it off her leg very erotically.
Okay, got it.
She's making them crazy for it. And then more men at the country club are fighting for her. They're all fighting for a piece of robot. Yeah, we find out that of the guys that dueled, one accidentally killed his friend and then he killed himself. That's the full version.
I must go to Yoshiwara to see what?
And see for myself.
Oh, okay.
Yes, Garcia said that they're fighting for her. How silly. I know, like, they don't even know she's a robot. I have lost control of the robot. Oh, you can say that, sorry.
I had lost control of the robot and the inevitable consequences frightened me.
I forgot that you were the bad guy.
But you must stay with me, Maria.
Now she's going to be changing up the message.
I think they will fight over her. I don't think they're gonna fight over her, but if they know that she's, locked, maybe they will. She's being held. She cannot be held.
Yeah, but right now they're fooled. In the full version, we see she's saying stuff like, "Whose blood oils the machines of Metropolis?" And like, who's the food for the machines of Metropolis? And they're like, me! It's our blood! Yeah. So now we're getting a workers' revolution. You're not Maria.
Yes, he recognized her.
Maria spoke of peace, not violence.
Yes. You're the mediator.
Yeah, and see the other guy from before, he's in the crowd.
Yeah.
They recognize that he's Joe Freighter's son. Kill him!
Oh no! While they fight, I'm gonna be excused for a second.
Yeah, sure. The machines must be destroyed. Yeah, so the guy that switched roles with Freighter, he died. And now the workers' revolution is on.
Oh my god.
Which is ironic, of course, because Joe Freighterson wanted to suppress the masses, but, you know, you can only suppress them so hard.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, so it's interesting. It's like this movie already has that typical Frankenstein story where it's the robot, the AI is like going out of control. Destroy all humans.
It gains life of its own.
Exactly, it got a will of its own.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. They forgot something, though.
Oh my god. Now it's gonna get worse.
He's looking at like a stock ticker or something. Look at all these tweets.
Right?
He's checking his security cameras. Look, see more future stuff at least they pre-thought of.
Oh yeah.
And now we're gonna make a video call.
Zoom.
Yeah, right? If they destroy the power station, the worker city will be flooded. Stop it.
Yeah. As if this guy could do anything.
Right? He's gonna try.
Listen, fools, if you demolish the machine, then you will flood your own home.
Alright, this is Destruction by Loverboy.
I don't know if they have girlfriends. Maybe they have like
Girlfriends at
moms.
home. Yeah, no, it seems like all their wives and girlfriends came along for the fight. You see some of the women in the crowd. The robot is leaving the scene of the crime. After a struggle with Rotwang, Maria manages to escape. Yeah, she finally made it. There go the elevators.
And she's inside?
Yeah, no, she's stuck in the worker city and everything's about to flood.
Where are the children? Yeah.
Yeah, they all got left behind. I don't know, they were probably all asleep in their beds.
Hope so.
At least she's got a good rapport with the kids, though.
Can somebody help her?
Yeah, right.
Right? Oh no. That's a lot of water.
Yeah.
That's a very big production because the number of actors.
Right. Yeah, all the extras, all the destruction of the sets, even if they were like some of the miniature
Yeah.
sets, you know, and then the bigger sets. But like I said, this was like probably the most expensive film made of its time until I don't know when it got exceeded.
Makes totally sense now.
Oh, they found each other. At last, it's you,
Oh.
my Rio Maria.
She must be exhausted.
For real. Getting
She
cloned.
was just turned into a robot.
Yeah, I know, getting cloned and having to rescue all the kids of the city in the same day.
Yeah. And being kidnapped.
Right?
Age of freedom, growing smaller.
Moroder paid $200,000 for the film rights in 1984, outbidding David Bowie. Wow, I wonder what David Bowie's version of this would have been like. Yeah, I didn't even know that. Because Moroder's Italian, but he spent a lot of his time in Germany, so I'm sure he developed an appreciation for this film. Now all the lights in the city are out.
And $200,000 in the 80s was worth much, much more.
Right, for sure. And he hadn't even made like some of his Oscar-winning songs yet, so he was still. I mean, not to say that he wasn't still a hit. Moroder.
Yeah.
Where is my son? In the depths with the workers. Oh, he doesn't want to hear it.
Oh no.
Oh, that's what you get.
Maria, I'll try to work in your face and then we towards the cathedral.
Stop trying to meet at the cathedral.
Yeah.
Everybody's dancing. Ring around the rosy. I can't do that.
Where are you children?
Yeah, oh.
You flooded your city? Who told you to destroy the machines? Don't you see it's only yourselves you're destroying?
The witch! She's to blame! Yeah.
Oh no.
Don't blame yourselves. The witch.
Blame the woman. Find her! Burn her!
Typical. In Yoshiwara's House of Sin, the false Maria was celebrating her triumphant deception. She knows how to party.
Yeah.
Garcia goes, rip and tear, yeah. They're pretty nasty. Oh, look, they got their hammers and everything.
Josaphat, hurry, fetch my father. Things are pretty bad.
Yeah, they're building a pyre out of fallen planes.
Wow. They got the real one? Or the fake one? I didn't see it.
This fake one, but it looks like, you know,
Oh, okay.
that probably some planes had crashed and they're using that for
No, I mean the fake Maria.
Yeah, they got the fake Maria. But see,
okay.
Freighter doesn't know that, though.
I think they will unmask her once they burn her and see that she's all metal.
We're calling it. Well, see, I love how freaky she is, though. She's not even, like, afraid to die because she's a robot. She's just laughing, you know?
That's pretty witchy.
Yeah. They're all dancing.
You're gonna burn him too?
They're gonna make him watch.
Ah. Oh my god, that's awful.
What's gonna happen? Regaining consciousness after his struggle with Maria, Rodwing, in a state of confusion, sets off in search for his lost love. Hell.
This one is pretty scary too.
He's in a delirium. And so she's actually watching the scene of herself getting burned at the stake, and she's kind of freaked out. And then, uh-oh. At last, I found you.
At last, I found you.
Come here, baby. Give us a kiss. that erratic running of hers. You were talking about her strength before. She's going to exhibit a little bit more of it in a bit.
Yeah, and he's a pretty big guy, so
Right. Like,
very strong.
She's like hanging. Like, she's got good
Oh
upper
my
body
god,
strength.
look at this!
Ring
Wow.
the bells! The bells!
What a scene.
Garcia goes to the wedding bells. Yeah, that's what the bell is open for.
Wow, no one's gonna be getting married right now. Oh no!
Yeah, now they're freaked out.
They see the truth.
Run, Maria! Run, Freighter! This is all because of you!
Oh my god! My son or my scientist?
Right? It's all your fault!
Not gonna do anything? Come on, it's your son!
Yeah, but they're laughing. They're saying good riddance to him. It was Freighterton's son who saved your children. This is so silent film. Like, so over the top. Like, where are you gonna go? More hanging.
Oh my god! Who fell? So now they're gonna need the wet bells.
The workers are walking there in sync, kind of. Walk, there you go.
Be their mediator, Father. Without the heart, there can be no understanding between the hands and the mind.
There we go.
Woo! Oh my god! It was great. Wow, it was intense.
Yeah, it was intense,
scenes
right? And look at that, that's only like a fraction of the full movie, you know?
Wow, really? How many hours is the full movie?
So, this one shaved some time by putting those subtitles, but it's actually more like a 2.5 hour long film with all the filled in scenes and everything.
Wow.
Yeah,
An
so,
hour more.
and even then,
Friendship ending.
this was like cut, like much more bridged too, like when Freighter's having his delirium, you know, you see Maria dancing, and then you see Death come out, but in the original version it's cut a little differently. We'll eventually watch that full version. I tried to dub it, like I said, I just couldn't complete it in time, and I was like, screw it, let's just watch this one, it's fun.
Yeah.
So-
No, this was great already. Yeah.
So thanks to everybody who joined us for this version. You know, it's
Yeah, thank you everyone. It's
A
great
lot
to
of-
have you here.
silent film purists aren't so very impressed with this version. I don't think that they like that, you know, they had to make some cuts or whatever, you know, but whatever. It's like a good way to dip your toes into silent films if one weren't already a fan. Yes, thank you, Miracle Man. My love for this version is impressive. I mean, it was the first one I'd seen, and I saw it like back in kindergarten, you know, like I was like probably 5 or 6, you know. And
Wow. Yeah.
it started something, right? It sparked the fire.
Yeah.
So here we go. We got all the credits for all the music. I just want to thank everybody who tuned in. We had Miracle Man, we had Garcia's artwork, Mon Kitty, and Lemon Pop's Bubbles. trying to think if there's anything else I want to close out with. We'll be seeing a lot of these actors again, with the exception of maybe the one who played Freighter, because he did some films and he did some theater. We'll definitely see the guy who played Joe Fredersen, Alfred Abel, again. We might see Bridget Helm again in some films. She left Germany for Switzerland and made more films during the Nazi regime.
Oh, wow.
We'll be watching a lot more films with Rudolph Klein-Rogue in it, because he's just in a lot of films of that time. One of my favorites is Destiny, which is a story where a woman, she is pleading for her lover his life back, like to death personally. You know, she's pleading to death. It's very like Orpheus and Eurydice kind of story. Let's see. By the way, Good Women in Silent Film doc is Without Lying Down, Frances Marion and the Power of Women in Hollywood. Yes, Frances Marion was definitely
nice.
a good.
Thanks for the recommendation.
Yeah, thank you. No, I'll copy and paste that. Frances Marion, she's especially impressive. One film I wanted to watch by her, or wanted to show eventually, is called The Naked Truth. And it's great because it literally has a naked woman representing the embodiment of truth. And it's a good commentary on censorship, because you see the nuns are looking at disgust, all these like clergymen, you see boys are like laughing at The Naked Truth, and then you have like the married couple and the women and children kind of like being more confused, like, why is it funny? You know, you have the people who you know, who find nudity to be offensive or funny, and versus the people who are just naturally okay with it. Very, very bold for its time, for sure. I'm trying to think. Thea von Harbo, the screenwriter for this film, will be seeing quite a few films written by her. She wrote a lot. She wrote novels and screenplays, and again, she worked quite a bit with both her ex-husbands, you know, together in the same film, which I always thought was kind of interesting, you know.
Yeah.
They must have had an.
Why not, right? If they're all good about it.
Right, exactly. Yeah, so it was interesting. But then this movie, again, had the distinction of the strange backstory between Joe Fredersen and Hell and everything. And again, that was meant to be a metaphor, perhaps, for their original relationship. But enough of that. We're wrapping it up. It's 9:15 Eastern Standard Time. It's almost time for bed on a weekday.
Yeah.
I don't know about you. But we'll
we are. I'm right on the other side.
That's right. Yeah, you got 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Dinner time.
Yeah, for a Moan Kitty, I don't know what time it is. It's not probably like more like 9 a.m. But anyway, thanks,
Miracle Man.
Thank you for tuning in. I'm not entirely sure what next month's movie is, but I always like to kind of spring it a little bit last minute. But it'll always be a good one for sure.
Yes. And we'll be here.
All right. Well, thank you for tuning in. We're wrapping it up. Anybody want to send a message? You know, you can always shoot us a line at soflowradio@gmail.com. Let me get everything lined up. We'll be doing more Weird and the Wonderful soon. Gotta talk with Mr. Moon Rover about that. We've all been so busy, you know how it is. But hey, at least, you know, we stream when we stream. So have a good night, and we will catch y'all.